guys, what's happening? It's Richard here. Welcome to a new, awesome, exciting episode of comics. Or should I say, an amazing episode of comics? Ooh, that actually really hurt. Ladies and germs, it is time for me to review another big summer comic book movie, The Amazing Spider-Man. Now, just so you know, I'm only going to be reviewing the Spider-Man movie. I'm not going to be talking about anything else. Which is hard to do, especially because there's been a lot of big news coming out this week. You know, you got Marvel Now. Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo is bringing the Joker back to the New 52 finally. Detective Comics has a brand new creative team. Monkey Brain Comics, which is a new creator-owned comic book imprint, is finally out. You know, tons of stuff. But I'm gonna stick to the movie because that's the big deal right now. Well, actually, no, I will tell you two different things because they're important for the show and some other stuff that I did. So I'm just gonna tell you those, and then we'll get to the movie. Okay? So first off, I just want to remind you all that Comic-Con is right around the corner, and I know Carter's going, so he will be covering the event like crazy, and we'll have videos up just like last year. So get ready for that because it'll be fun, exciting stuff. Stay on, background. Duh! And the other thing I'm going to talk about is on DirectorsCutRadio.com I posted a review of Batman Earth 1, the much-awaited, long-anticipated Batman book by Jeff Johns and Gary Frank. Spoiler alert, I really liked it. But no, click the link down below to read the review. I would really appreciate if you read the review. But anyways, let's get to the movie review. So The Amazing Spider-Man is a reboot of the Spider-Man franchise that's been, well, it hasn't really been around that long, has it? I mean, it's been 10 years since the first Spider-Man movie came out. I mean, sure, it's a decade, but it's still not that long. But even so, because Spider-Man 3 was a big fat failure, the studio and secretly even audiences were hoping Spider-Man would be brought back in a new, fresh, awesome way. And guess what? It's back, and it's awesome. And yes, I know the more appropriate word is amazing, but I already made that pun earlier. Now, The Amazing Spider-Man, which is brought to us by director Mark Webb, whom I'm a huge fan of, is a retelling of the origin story of Spider-Man, but from a different angle. It's a lot like a DC Comics secret origin story, if you've ever read any of those. And the different angle that the film approaches is the angle of Peter Parker wanting to know more about his parents, which is an element they never really tackled in Sam Raimi's flicks. Now, right off the bat, just in case none of you know, and I might have mentioned this in the past, until I saw this movie, I was never really a big Spider-Man fan. Usually because a lot of the times when he just randomly appears in any comic that I'm reading, it's usually really annoying. Even if he's supposed to be in it because it's like an Avengers book, he's still really annoying. And then whenever I'd read one of his solo books, he was just really whiny. You know, why is it so hard? I don't want to do this. Why am I that? I mean, granted, yeah, he was a teenager a good chunk of the time, but even when he was adult, he was really whiny. But if there's comic books out there right now that are a lot like this film, I'm definitely buying it. If there's a Spider-Man comic, tell me in the comments, is there a Spider-Man comic that's a lot like this movie? Seriously, I did not think I would love the movie as much as I did, but I really loved this movie. You know, the biggest complaint I read in reviews of this film is that it's basically just another retelling of Spider-Man's origin with no interesting whatevers. And, you know, a lot of reviews are saying that the film takes a lot of cues from that first Spider-Man flick. And admittedly, it does. It does take a lot of cues, but that being said, it does a better job of using them. Like, for example, when you watched that first Spider-Man film, yeah, you were sad that Uncle Ben died, but you weren't as sad as you were when Uncle Ben died in this new film. I honestly was like, oh no. Like, I knew it was coming, but I still was like... Speaking of more believable, oh my god, the actors in this movie are freaking-nominal. Andrew Garfield, good sir, you are Spider-Man. I honestly, after watching him as Spider-Man, I cannot watch Tobey Maguire because he just sucks in comparison. I'm not even kidding. Andrew Garfield is Spider-Man and Tobey Maguire is and Emma Stone! Oh my god, Emma Stone was so good in this movie as Gwen Stacy. And the chemistry her and Andrew Garfield had, I honestly think maybe they had something going on set or something. Because that was some pretty realistic, believable chemistry. I don't know why I keep doing this. Maybe this is some innuendo that I don't know about. This movie isn't perfect, I will say. You know, towards the parts when he started becoming Spider-Man, you know, you kind of felt like maybe the director was watching the movie and just went, you know, let's pick this up a bit. You know, he's been Peter Parker for a little bit longer than he should have been. Let's make him Spider-Man now. Let's go. When he becomes Spider-Man, from that point on, it kind of feels rushed. You know, overall, this movie converted someone like myself, who's not a big Spider-Man fan, into a Spider-Man fan. The action's fantastic, direction from Mark Webb is fantastic, the cast is the absolute best thing about this movie, and this movie is a zillion times better than the Sam Raimi films in my opinion. The Amazing Spider-Man from me gets a 5 out of 5. Totally worth your time. Everyone should go see it. So for comics comments this week, what did you think of The Amazing Spider-Man? Did you like it? Did you not like it? And as always, don't forget to like this video, follow Carter and I on Facebook, Twitter, and DirectorsCutRadio.com. Links down below. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. Favorite the video if you want to. And I'll try to see you guys on Sunday with a brand new episode of comics. Bye guys!